A solution to Liverpool's problems that nobody has talked about. Move Trent to the midfield. Welcome back to Filter Coffee Football, and we are here to talk about how to fix Liverpool. Following the loss to Arsenal, there is no looking past the fact that Liverpool have had the worst start to the season under Jurgen Klopp. They are far from the top of the table and have suffered a rocky start to the Champions League with a 4-1 humiliation away to Napoli. While fingers can be pointed at multiple stars, including Virgil van Dijk, Fabinho, Henderson, and even Mo Salah, one player that has received the most flack is English right back Trent Alexander-Arnold. With only 2 goals from 11 matches so far and no assists, along with being at fault for a host of goals conceded by Liverpool, Trent has received backlash from both fans and pundits alike. Not being picked by Gareth Southgate for the Nations League fixtures only added more to his current situation. Klopp has stood by him, but it is clear to see that Trent is struggling for form and confidence. Now, we are no experts, but we think moving Alexander-Arnold into the midfield could solve a lot of problems for Jurgen Klopp. The need to reinforce their midfield was obvious from the start of the season, with them going in for Tchouaméni. Tchouaméni, however, ended up picking Real Madrid over Liverpool. Instead of finding a replacement, they opted to splash $100 million on Darwin Núñez to replace the outgoing Sadio Mane, postponing their pursuit for a midfielder. It isn't hard to imagine that in Klopp's mind, a starting midfield of Thiago, Henderson and Fabinho, with backup options like James Milner, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Naby Keita, Curtis Jones and Harvey Elliott, that they would be fine for one more season. Both Henderson and Milner, however, have shown their age so far this season. Thiago has been marred by injury and Fabinho has seen a patch of poor form. Harvey Elliott doesn't quite fit into that midfield because of his attacking intent, and Curtis Jones has fallen by the wayside. Naby Keita and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain have fitness issues of their own. It is important to remember that Trent mostly played in midfield while he was in the Liverpool academy and was only shipped to right back in order to fit himself into Klopp's system. By bringing him back into the midfield, he gets back into a position that he's actually quite used to. We suggest putting Joe Gomez in at right back with James Milner as his backup, and they also have the likes of Calvin Ramsey who's waiting in the wings, though we don't think he's quite there yet. A midfield of Trent, Thiago and Fabinho can add a lot of creativity going forward, but also offer some good defensive solidity. With Joe Gomez at right back, the backline is a lot less dependent on the midfield for protection, while the midfield adds a lot more flair and creativity going forwards. Trent gets to do what he does best in that role while not having to worry about tracking back quite as much. It also allows Harvey Elliott to be deployed further forward in that right wing position, giving an underperforming Mohamed Salah some much needed rest. Trent, with his experience in right back, can also provide some defensive cover while not leaving himself prone to being quite as exposed as he has been in his traditional position. It is a massive departure from the Liverpool that we have come to know, but it seems in the current situation it is much needed. Arthur Melo was a stopgap loan and has already lost Klopp's faith given his sheer lack of game time in a midfield that is crying out for attention. Alexander-Arnold is still an incredible talent going forward. Just look at his goal against Rangers and the setup he made for Liverpool's first goal against Arsenal. Benching him is simply not an option, but moving him into the midfield might just solve 2 problems for a struggling Liverpool team. Not to mention that if Trent does manage to establish himself in this new role, he might just still earn a call-up to the England team for the World Cup. Let us know what you think about this idea. Is it far too left field or does it have any legs at all? If you agree, please leave a like, share and subscribe, and see you guys next time.